Serenoa and his stalwart allies prove their mettle against the realm's fiercest warriors before finally facing Sir Maxwell, victor of the previous tourney. After a hard-fought match, the Dawnspear emerges victorious once more. Though beaten in the end, Serenoa's courageous display impresses itself upon all in attendance. Any doubts concerning House Wolfort's martial might are put to rest. Thus marks an end to the tourney and the festivities as a whole. With the spirit of harmony in their hearts, the delegates of each nation make preparations for their return voyages.
Seeing our honored guests off shall be your last lordly duty this day. Now, I remind you.
It is not to be taken lightly. Worry not, Benedict. They shall be sent off with all the pomp they deserve.
You take to your new role well, Lord Serenoa. As I must now take to my own. Pray, visit me at the mines whenever you have the time.
Farewell, Frederica. May we never meet again.
Thank you for such a productive use of our valuable time. I do so love interminable speeches and watching brutes play at war. Truly, the spirit of Glenbrook was on display for all to see. Oh, but I should watch my tongue. Wouldn't want her to go whimpering to brother.
Pay my fool cousin no mind. We have work to do. Work more important than any he could hope to be trusted with.
I apologize for those two. This was a fruitful day for all in attendance.
I am glad to hear you say so, General of Laura.
I can't believe we lost. I thought you were supposed to be one of Hyzet's greatest warriors.
Our foe was a worthy one. It would be an honor to cross blades again someday.
Thank you for your hospitality. Please give my regards to Lord Simone.
Of course, Minister.
It would seem everyone is gathered. You'll find your boats are laden with a bounty of Glenbrook's finest wares and victuals. King Regna asks that you eat and drink your fill, and toast to our three nations' newfound alliance.
More of that swill you call wine? I suppose I could force myself to partake.
Your king honors us with his generosity. We shall present these as offerings to the goddess of salt. The Hierophant, too, will no doubt be overjoyed.
Lord Wolford, I bring a message from King Regna. He would have you join our guests on their return voyage to serve as their envoy.
This is a great honor, my lord. You would represent our nation and speak with the king's voice.
If it is His Majesty's wish, it is a duty I will gladly accept. But there are 2 vessels and only one of me. Did King Regna say which of our honored guests I should accompany?
He would leave that decision to you, Lord Wolford.
Lord Falks, as representative of another of Glenbrook's high houses, will board the ship you do not.
And why was House Tellior not given this honor? Last I knew, our kingdom had 3 high houses, not 2.
The mere fact that you whimper those words before us is answer enough. Good show at the tourney, Lord Serenoa. You truly are your father's son. The king has seen fit to leave this decision in your hands, and I shall not gainsay his wisdom.
A lord must be worldly as well as wise. I trust you will conduct yourself as befits the lord of a high house.
Thank you, Sir Maxwell, Lord Folks.
The king has entrusted this decision to you, my lord. I suppose you have an idea as to why.
He means to test my judgment. He is waiting to see which I choose and for what reason.
Indeed. We are friendly with both nations now, so neither choice will earn his ire. That said, there is no telling how these relations may change going forward. No doubt, the choice you make will have an effect on our own house's relationship with the nation you choose.
I understand. This requires careful consideration. Benedict, gather the others. I would hear their opinions on the matter. Then we shall consult the scales of conviction.
At once, my lord.
Hey look, there's a tavern and a sundry shop. What the hell is that? Hey everyone, welcome back to more Triangle Strategy. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we did a nice little tournament battle with the holy state of Hyzant, and this time, well, we gotta decide whether to make for the Grand Duchy or the holy state. But first, I want to pop into the encampment just to show off these few other things. We got two new people showing up here. This old man over here. Welcome to the sundry shop. You can exchange your kudos for special wares here. House Wolfheart's always treated me well. If there's aught I can do to repay your kindness, you need only ask. You'll be able to promote units classes here too. Fear not, I'll let you know when one of your comrades is ready. This is how we spend kudos. We can see that some things are quite expensive, and the big thing with them is quietus. This is another thing that we haven't quite seen yet. We'll be able to see them fairly soon, however. The quietus are special abilities that you can use once per mission, depending on how many points we have. Right now we only have one, we have 2 points actually, and all of these cost 1 point. Croak a Blow grants the current unit that is using it a guaranteed critical hit. Could be nice. Restore and In Tandem, however, are better. In Tandem moves an ally's turn to directly after your own. You can skip the turn order that way. And Restore recovers an ally's HP by 50%. It really just is a full heal, essentially. And I'm really one off. There's also more notes to have. As for class promotion, we will not be able to get that for a while. What the class promotion does is it boosts your stats up a little bit. It's very insignificant. It's 1 stat up. It's really pretty much nothing. The big reason that you would want to level up that you would want to promote your class, well, there's 2 reasons actually. First is that more abilities become unlocked. You can see right here that as we are as a swordsman, we only have these 4 skills that we can get. No matter how high of a level we are, we will never be able to access any of the other 2 skills that we get on here. However, in order to promote a class, you need a Medal of Bravery, as well as being at least level 10. Medal of Bravery is not something we'll be seeing for a long time, but that is something that is notable to be here. As for the tavern, this is arguably the most important thing. Well, if it isn't Lord Serenoa, welcome to the Encampment Tavern. Wolford soldiers will have a place to relax so long as I'm around, and I plan on sticking with you to the end. Perhaps you ought to consider dropping in for a drink and a chat every so often too, my lord. Mental mock battles. These are your ways of grinding. We can see that we got these 2 attacks here. We got the basic training and the Pincer Attack. Pincer Attack is a little bit stronger. It does have the extra reward of a extra fiber, while the basic training is just pretty basic combat. I will You know what? I'll do these now. Why not? I will be doing I'll be doing all of these at least once. I will be doing them on screen. However, I will also be doing these a lot off screen. Right now, we're opting not to bring in those two. However, we can actually splish those out. I want to get people a bit even on levels. So let's set things up like so. We can get all of our higher ranked, our frontline units in the front, backline units in the back. Makes sense. The basic training is a very simple mock battle. Everyone is, I believe, level 1. Well, you're not level 1, but necessarily. You probably could reasonably get to this at level 1. In order to use Quietus, you use minus on your controller. So you can use Ice Arrow. That's something that we will be... Actually, you know what? Let's go to that right now. So, there's sort of a triangle, so to speak, with terrain effects. First is Frozen, where... Well, first there's Basic. It's nothing. Then you have Frozen. Frozen, a little bit more expensive to get onto, and I believe that to hit is your chance of being hit. After that, you can Melt it, which will turn it into a puddle. You melt it using fire, of course. After that, after it is a puddle, then you can... Anything that is a puddle chained together, any puddles that are connected to other puddles, will chain lightning attacks. Lightning attacks are some of the most powerful thing, however, they have very little range outside of puddles.
Heads shall prevail.
So that is something to keep in mind. Right now, we don't really have access to any frost of our own, but that may change in due time.
We can win this.
Again, you get a lot of kudos for doing different strategic things, such as striking the enemy multiple times. Right there, he's going to Shield Slam. That is an attack that pushes people back, and if you, have something that pushes people back and it rams into someone or into a wall, they will take crash damage.
Too slow.
It's pretty minimal damage, admittedly, but it is still something to keep in mind. Let's keep attacking there. Right there, we get Throw Poison. Throw Poison is a 1 to 2 range attack where you will, throw poison. Shocking, I know. Has a chance of inflicting poison, which is a damage over time. Let's just take out this Bowman. Shouldn't be too bad to deal with. You stay there. So despite these being mental mock battles, these being things that are just essentially mind simulations, any spoils that you pick up remain. Any experience you pick up remains. However, items that you use do not remain. This is the case for any sort of battle. It's a similar thing for if you fail a battle, which, trust me, I will fail battles. This is a guarantee. This is not a prediction, this is a guarantee that I will fail battles.
We win.
When you fail a battle, when you fail a battle, let's say it like that, then you will you'll keep all the kudos that you earned during that attempt. You will retain all the experience that you kept in that battle. However, any items that you use will be lost. Item uses are permanent, everything else is semi-permanent. Anna's just gonna keep on doing a little bit of damage because she can do that. Anna's such a good unit. Being able to attack twice is incredible. Move like so. Huette can... Let's blind this blade. There is a bit of a hierarchy as to what sort of enemies I will take on. Blades are pretty painful because they do have Mighty Strike. Mighty Strike is it's a pretty mighty move, and it scares me. Shields, I'm not too worried about ever. They can't do all too much damage. The pushback's a little bit annoying, but nothing really more than that. I don't find them anything more than an annoyance. Bowman, I am terrified of. Bows do a little bit more damage to Huette because she is on a bird. But they also have access to a lot of elemental attacks, I guess is what I'll call them. So obviously we saw the bowman here had the ice arrow. A lot of elemental attacks are stronger than their base variants, so that is something that, again, you have to keep a lot of things in mind. Bowmen scare me. Pikemen, they are not too big of a deal, honestly. I don't really worry too much about pikemen. They can do a bit of damage, and they do have some decent range on them. They can potentially attack multiple people per turn, but they're not too big of a deal. Those are kind of the main types of enemies you'll be encountering. Bowmen, swordsmen, pikemen. Rogues we've seen, and shieldmen. We haven't seen pikes before. Or not pikes, we've seen rogues before. They're not too big of an issue either. Right there we just get through the first mental mock battle. And, as we'll see on here, any spoils we pick up are ours to keep. Just a little bit of money, a little bit of kudos. Nothing too bad there. The first mental mock battle, the training battle, not one that you really have to do anything with too much. Don't be a stranger. And then the Pincer Attack is a little bit more difficult. Another thing with these is this is where I can get into another form of grinding convictions. You don't just grind conviction, or you don't just get conviction, not necessarily grinding it per se, by having your choices. Obviously, those help. The choices are very much good. But as you are in combat, you will also gain convictions by certain things that you do. I'm not 100% certain on these entirely, what things lead to what conviction rule, but basically, you're pretty much always gaining conviction. And it is a pretty... The numbers get pretty big. We can't see what the numbers are.
Time to work.
That is something that we will have to wait for. And I'm just gonna stay put with Anna. You're going after Huette, that's fine. And Bowman, a little bit annoying. The big staff guys, I am rarely ever worried about them. They are not common units, and even when they do show up, they're really not that big of issues. Good thing is that Huette can actually attack from a distance. And one thing you do have to keep in mind also with height is that sometimes you can actually be blocked from where you're trying to go from the terrain. Didn't see it there. The reason I mentioned it is because I thought we might have been seeing it, but sometimes you can have the attack go as you think it should. Everything looks in order, but it just doesn't go through because, well, there's a cliff blocking your path. So, again, keep that in mind. Lots of things to keep in mind with this. This is very much a battle system that you have to get used to. It is not an easy battle system to get used to, but once you're there, it's actually a very fun game. Makes you really think about what you are all doing, rogues. I'd rather get the bowman on me.
Look to my shield!
And, of course, the one that I actually wanted to get on me didn't. Yeah, guys with the big clubs, don't worry about them. There are also healers. That's what that dude with a staff is. He's a healer. And that's a problem. Healers, very much not a big issue at all. Their healing usually can't really keep up with how much damage you do, so it's not a very big issue. Healers, bottom of the priority list. And in fact, you can actually use them to grind up stats, so yeah.
2 ashes.
I'm just going to move back this way in order to be a little bit safer. I think it is slightly safer on this end.
Time to work.
That was not too safe. And let's get some poison going. I could have shown off the poison by, like, going there, but oh well. You're probably going after Gila. Nope. You are actually still going after Anna, and then running away to the healer. The AI is a little bit smart. Not fantastically smart, but
I won't give in.
It's not dumb at all. I'll say that much. Huette is a very good unit just because of her mobility, and because she does have that ranged attack. Both very good boons to have.
For the honor of House Wolford.
Both something to very much keep in mind. Okay, yeah, you're going to...
On your guard.
Hewitt's gonna be able to hit you. Because this guy is infuriated, he will just do a normal attack on Eridor.
Shall we begin?
Because, well, Eridor was the guy who made him angry. Let's go heal up Anna. Anna, very good unit as well, because of that multiple actions. Again, that multiple action can be changed to a lot of different things. And, oh no. That's gonna do a good chunk of damage. Not a fan of that. Hopefully I can entice them to attack Eridor. Thank you.
This can't be.
I mean, if anyone's going to be attacked, it should be Eridor. He is the team tank. So, not really a big issue there. Yeah. Alright, there goes our healing.
I will end this. I'm sorry.
This is going to be certainly interesting. Let's get some more poison off. Of course, we don't actually poison him. Wonderful.
This'll hurt.
Does cost a little bit of TP, and because we move twice, that is actually a 1 TP action that you can eventually sort of run low on. Not sort of run low on, you do run low on it.
I won't give in.
And just have Hewitt take out the archer. Always good to do.
For my kith and kin.
Fortunately, another archer is still on the field. Kind of just have to deal with that, I guess.
From where shall we strike?
As for Serenoa, who's 2? It's that rogue. Could get him to go after Serenoa instead of Anna, but honestly not too worried about Anna. Can't quite reach anyone to get a follow-up attack on them. Bit of a shame. Also, I will only be showing the... If I do more grinding, which, again, I will, I'm only going to be showing off the first attempts at each mental mock battle. Alright, you can't actually go because you're infuriated.
I ain't that slow.
Thank you for the dodge, Eridor. Doing very good. Bowman range is also very annoying.
That all you
Who's up next? Eridor is up next.
Too slow.
Always good to get a little bit more damage going on. Their own healer is here. That's a little bit of an issue. So, we saw at the beginning of this battle that there was a fiber in store for us. That is what that bag is. The bag that we saw at the very end of the pier. Over yonder. That is the... There's missions, most mental mock battles, basically all of them except for that initial one, have their own rewards. Those start off in spoils bags right away. Fortunately, Sereno is dead.
No. Not here.
This isn't good.
And the music changes to mark the fact that we are not in great shape. Probably should have used Restore at some point. Probably she'll sure. Still taking quite a bit of damage. They are also taking some damage. Pretty much, if we can take out that Bowman, then we have this in the bag. It'll just take a while because of Hewitt. And having to chip them down slowly but surely. But there definitely are points where you can just not take damage if you're Hewitt.
Ha! That tickled.
And... who is turn 3? It's the healer, looks like, yeah. Okay. I got a plan. Is it a good plan? Probably not.
I was prepared for this.
But we go over here. Yeah, Choppy the Rogue.
Allow me.
Choppy. Healer moves in. He's probably going to heal up that Bruiser. Yes, he is.
It isn't over yet.
And I only have Restore. Well, there goes my plan. I usually have in tandem. But I was one kudo off. So I don't have in tandem.
This ends now!
Oh well. You still keep chipping away at him. I was gonna use in tandem, get the backslash on the archer, but yeah. Bit too late for that. Anna might be okay. Probably not.
Too obvious.
Oh, never mind. It's definitely okay.
I need a healer.
Sure.
Sound strike.
I'm going to risk it all on a provoke. Although, honestly, at this point, since we have Bowman taken out,
Look at me
and
learn.
you,
Is that all you got?
just charge you in. 70% chance on both of them.
Come and get me.
There we go. And it looked a little bit dicey, and it was a little bit dicey, but now we should be perfectly good to go.
Take that.
Have another.
Here, going after Eridor. Do not do much damage to him at all.
I was prepared for this.
Berger's gonna run. And, yeah.
Die already. Have another.
Keep going through. Eridor can take out
Time to die.
that Rouge.
I won't
And
give in.
this battle's pretty much nothing to worry about anymore. So I'm just gonna speed things up until the
I
end.
need a healer. Sound strike. Victory
Stabby
is
stab.
within reach.
And yeah, it's...
That tickled.
The game very much snowballs in... The tactical encounters very much snowball. You lose one unit, things go downhill real quick. And I'm just gonna stay put. Don't want to use any healing items because those would actually be permanently lost.
Gotcha.
Oh, you mustn't
Luckily,
let
we
the
shouldn't
guard
really have to worry about that too much.
down. This ends now.
I mean, all there's left is the healer.
Ha. That
So, pick up all the spoils we can.
Show me what you're made of.
Strengthen our convictions, I believe, from picking up the spoils. And yeah, the healer will be able to do a little bit of damage to us, but
I'll
yeah,
show you what
7.
I'm made of. Hurts, don't it?
This isn't good.
And that should be battle complete. I'm not great at this game. I'll just say that now. 280, 2 iron, a couple of kudos. Not bad. Not bad rewards at all. But, obviously this mission did go a little bit over time. This episode went a little bit over time. Wasn't fully expecting that, but oh well. Let's just... I'll at least get that one. Yeah, whatever. But next time, we'll be seeing our first encounter with the Scales of Conviction. So until then, see you guys later.